Say goodbye, Kana.
Bye, Kana.
I love you.
Love you too.
I'll see you soon.
Alright, see ya.
Have fun.
Alright.
Previously on the vlog, I decided to take a break from van life. So I went to Bogota, the capital of Colombia, for a quick getaway from the road. I picked Colombia because of a few reasons. One, because I found a really good deal to fly from Washington DC to Bogota, Colombia. Two, Colombia is one of the few countries in the world that is very easy with the COVID restriction. There's no vaccination required, there's no PCR test result required or anything, so you just have to fill out some information online. And lastly, Colombia is an amazing country, so why not? What can go wrong? With that said, I'm excited to start my adventure here in Colombia. I'm starting here in Bogota. So today, I decided to check out some of the must-see attractions in this capital city. And we're going to start here. So many people! That's almost too many people. You know, it's such a big adjustment to be in the middle of a crowd like that. Now we're on our way to the city center.
Próximas paradas, calle 34 y calle 26.
So on Sundays, as well as holidays, just like today, the city of Bogota has a program where a lot of roads here in the city close off from vehicular traffic. So it's only bicycle and pedestrians are allowed. And of course, what is a visit to Colombia without visiting our embassy here in Bogota? This is the embassy of the Republic of Indonesia here in Colombia. Oh, I'm so proud. Almost feels like home. So they have the Indonesian flag here, as well as the ASEAN flag. But this is not a big compound at all. Very interesting. But my main destination this morning is this big block building right behind me. This is the Gold Museum. This is apparently one of the must-do here in Bogota. So let's check it out. The museum is currently free due to COVID. However, they really force you to make a reservation prior to visiting because they have to count how many people inside the museum and whatnot. So according to this, it's close to 5,000 metal objects are displayed in this museum. I mean, you always see gold everywhere in the museum somewhere in the world, but it's nothing like this. I've never seen so many gold in my whole life. This is why the Spanish came over to try to conquer South America, because of the legend of the gold. All the gold collection that they have here is pre-Columbian, before Columbus came over to America. This is incredible. They said diamond is women's best friend. Gold is definitely man's best friend. This is overwhelmingly crazy. Look at the details. Just wonder where the rest of this head is. It's definitely a very high guarded area, which I completely understand, and I'm sure everybody's watching every single movement here. It just feels like you're just walking into a vault, like a bank vault. Speaking of a bank vault, oh my god, this is a real bank vault right here. Why they actually have a vault inside? My prediction was right, because they have the vault just to protect it. It's one of the most important objects here in the museum. Okay, that's a really odd shape. So every time I go to a museum, I always wonder what is the most important object in the museum. In this gold museum is this object right here. Historical value aside, I really wonder how much all the gold here in one collection actually worth.
This is what you can see inside the gold museum. The Muisca raft, a representation of a ceremonial raft used in a lake. We're going to talk about that.
Exit. Gracias. Conveniently, just outside the gold museum, I joined one of the best free walking tours in Colombia. This is Beyond Colombia. For the next 3 hours, our excellent guide Santiago took us through Bogota city center. He told us many historical facts and showed us many significant sites in the city.
From some of the main universities around the country.
Bien, súper, me encanta esto. Qué chévere.
Gracias. A break from a walking tour, we actually serve chicha, which is a traditional alcoholic drink here in Colombia.
So guys, cheers. Enjoy.
Pretty sour. I'll drink it. Actually, it tastes pretty good.
So this is corn and 2 fruits. I want you to try and guess what the fruits are. Apple, manzana.
Pears
It's apples and pears.
and corn. So this is area called Candelaria. This is basically the Instagram/touristy place of Bogota. And this is apparently where Bogota was founded, in this particular square right here. This area is nice. I love walking around in Bogota in this area, especially there's not a lot of people that get very interested in my big camera.
I don't know if they did it purposely that way, but I'd like to think it was done in that way.
That was a great free walking tour from Beyond Colombia. I'm gonna put the link down below, but it's highly recommended if you've ever been in Bogota, join them. Next on the list is another small but famous museum in the city center of Bogota. Typically, we're not a big art museum kind of people, but I have to come here because this has one of the best Botero collections in the world. Botero is definitely the most famous Colombian artist. And if you don't even care about his work, at least go to this museum because it sits in a very beautiful building in Bogota. And even better, it's actually free. Botero definitely has a style, so this all, what do you call it, big figures, you just know it's Botero's work right away when you see one. It's probably my favorite here, it's Mona Lisa, and it's probably a famous thing that Botero did. Interestingly enough, these 2 museums actually owned by the Bank of Colombia, so the federal government owns all of this collection, which is probably a good thing. On a second thought, it may not be a good idea because if somehow the government collapsed, then who's gonna own it? It's definitely a nice museum, guys. Enough with the museums, now time for lunch. For lunch today, I decided to have some Japanese food, and just right behind me is the Ichiraku Ramen. Granted, there's not a lot of competition here in Bogota, but this is probably one of the best ramen places here in town. This place opens at noon, but seems already lined up with people. I'm sincerely confused why this place is so popular. So yesterday I just walked by it and thought it was like actually a nice place to eat. Today everybody wants to go in. Sashimi atun, okay? Shoyu ramen. How was the setup? Get my sashimi, tuna sashimi. Here we go. And I ordered shoyu ramen, and they said artisan noodles. Noodles are actually pretty good, I can tell you that. Definitely a good lunch. I don't know, feel a little bit smarter today, so I'm gonna go to BBC, except this time it's a Bogota Brewing Company. Let's go and check it out. Apparently Bogota also pretty beer drinker, and it's a pretty good brewery here.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
Got myself a honey ale. This is actually a pint that they have here. Oh, that's actually pretty smooth. Unfortunately, they don't sell IPA here in the draft, so have to be in bottle. So I would rather have something in the glass. So refreshing. I hope you enjoyed this video this time. If you do, give a thumbs up. And if you like to follow along with our journey around the US, the world, and this time Colombia, click the subscribe button and hit the bell if you would like to receive notification. Thanks for watching. So it's before 92, whenever Columbus came over. And I assume that is the Canadian embassy. Oh, Four Seasons. It's not a Canadian embassy? Oh, okay.